Hello everyone and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hope comes Callan. At the very wrong time, Deacon Sharp's attempt to disentangle himself from Sheila hit several major snags. In the Bold and the Beautiful recap for September 20, 2023, Hope intruded her pater. His baffled attempt to eventually say no to his live. In Nut. Bold and the Beautiful recap highlights. In addition, Douglas's laurels made Thomas's heart swell with pride, and Lie did everything but flat order Finn to out Sheila. Now let's dig a little deeper into what exactly happened. Seriously bad timing. Despite his stylish sweats, Cleric couldn't get Sheila to pick up what he was putting down, vitalicit his desire for her to vacate his residence and get the hell out of Dodge. Rather, Sheila playfully teased and enticed Cleric over to the near city, where they ultimately pulled piecemeal in order to have a veritably serious discussion. Deacon expressed concern that should his and Sheila's continued relaxation come to light, he'd lose his son, and for good this time. Sheila, for her part, unfeignedly thanked Deacon for putting her up and putting up with her, also smoothing over his enterprises, and launched into a philippic about how, with Steffi gone, nothing should be standing in the way of her reuniting with Finn. Deacon combated that there was still the whole double firing incident, whether Sheila wanted to name it accidentally or not. He also floated the idea that his girl confidant should actually start hearkening to what her son was saying. Here and here. Likewise, Cleric pointedly refocused out that Finn will always choose his family first, every single time. Oh, but no, claimed Sheila. Finn loves her. She sees that love every time she looks into his eyes, and she loves him in a way that Steffi easily doesn't and no way can. No sooner had the discussion circled back to Deacon and his son and his fear that his carrying on with Sheila would put an end to that closeness than Hope knocked on the door and began the process of casually letting herself inside like a child typically would. Father's days just previous to her spin to her pop's place, Hope had been gratified to substantiation. Douglas and Thomas partake a special moment, one in which the father expressed how appreciative he was that his son was suitable to forgive him his history and see that he had changed for the better. Still, she could have lived without the dog trying to press her into starting up a love with his pater. In fact, the only thing more egregious was Lee's abomination for Sheila, but Mama had a result to the problem. Finn demanded to make moves to prove to Steffi beyond a shadow of a mistrustfulness that she'd no way have to worry about Sheila ever again. She wasn't saying that Finn should kill Sheila, but she was saying that she was disappointed he didn't rise to the occasion and let Sheila die in the sanitarium. Sheila and Deacon's make a stool session gets a rude interruption, and Lie informs her son what he needs to do to get Steffi back. Moment on the Bold and the Beautiful. Deacon tries to make Sheila see reason, and Douglas continues to campaign for Hope and Thomas to be together. At Forrester Designs, Thomas watches as Douglas leverages Hope. Douglas hates seeing her so sad and knows that she could give Dad another chance, they'd make a happy family. Hope suggests they go out and get some food, and Douglas asks if Dad can come. Hope says to ask him, as he's standing behind him. Douglas turns around to see his father. Thomas thanks Douglas for giving him a chance, and to hear him say he's come a better person means so important to him. He embraces the boy. Douglas tells his pater he has changed and he believes it. Hope says that's an important assignment to learn, to grow, and to forgive. Douglas says he asked Hope to forgive his pater so they could be a family, and he made sure Mommy knew his pater. Didn't ask him to ask her. He hates that Mommy is sad that Liam left, but they can fix that as a family. Thomas tells his son that Mama has a lot going on right now, so they don't need to put any redundant pressure on her. Hope tells Douglas it's okay, she knows he meant well, and they embrace. Hope gets a textbook, a memorial to stop by her pater. Thomas tells her it's fine and she should go. Hope tells Douglas she loves him and they'll always be a family. At the Precipice house, Finn welcomes Lee, who stops by and says it's good to see her as the house has been quiet. Lee asks if he's talked to Steffi. He says as important as possible, and he misses his family. Lie reflections this is all because of Sheila. She asks how Steffi seems, and he admits it's hard to tell with the kiddies always on the call. Lai says he needs to talk to her alone and make her know he's cut off Sheila so she feels safe to come home. Finn insists he's told Steffi and Sheila that he'll cut Sheila out of his life. Lai says he made the mistake of letting Sheila in and giving her hope, and now she'll know a walk down from him. Lai says he needs to take matters into his own hands. He asks what she's suggesting. Lai tells her son to shut Sheila down and do commodity to make Steffi realize she'll no way have to worry about Sheila again. Finn asks what exactly she means. Lai says he'd won occasion to let Sheila die, but he saved her life. Finn says he'd to save her just like any other case, but Lai says she wasn't just any case. Finn says letting Sheila die would have gone against his ethics. It would have made him a monster. She thinks it would have made him an idol. Lai says if he doesn't take action and make sure Steffi understands Sheila isn't in the picture any longer, also he'll lose his family. Lai urges him to fight for his family, to fight for Steffi. He says he's doing everything he can. He's told her how important she means to him. Lai says he has to go to Steffi. He has to show her. She says she doesn't watch that Sheila gave birth to him. She knows Sheila is his mama. Finn knows she's his mama in every sense of the word. Lee cries that Sheila has no claim to him or his love. He says he knows, so Lee asks how he could let her in. Finn swears he didn't invite Sheila over, she just showed up on her own. Lai tells him that he opened the door when he called her mama, and she'll be back. Lai says Sheila will no way keep her distance as long as she knows he loves her. Lai urges him to find the connection he has with Sheila in his heart and cut that cord ever. At Deacon's, he and Sheila kiss, but he pulls down and says he can't do this. She tells him to stop being a good boy, as she likes him better when he's mischievous. They fall onto the settee and kiss passionately. She tells him she understands the situation he's in, and he says he's in a good place, but it doesn't mean he doesn't watch about her. However, he could lose hope if anyone finds out about them. Cleric tries to make her understand Finn will always choose Steffi and the kiddies, but Sheila says Steffi left. Deacon yells that she pushed Steffi down, but Sheila believes Steffi just doesn't love Finn the way she does. She knows her son is in pain, but he has her, his mama. Sheila says he presumably understands more than anyone about what she feels for her son, and he must feel the same way about Hope. She says they've both had to fight for love and acceptance. Deacon notes he didn't have half the uphill rise as her given that firing incident. Sheila reflections that was an accident, and she knows with Steffi gone that she'll be in her son's life. Sheila vows she won't give up, and she feels she's close to an advance with her son. She praises Finn's character and has to assume he feels the same about Hope. Cleric does, which is why he doesn't suppose they can keep doing this. He could lose Hope, Brooke, and the eatery. Sheila doesn't want to see him lose anything. Cleric knows Hope is going through a hard time, and he can't mess this up. She asks what he's byword and tries to pull him into a kiss to keep him from saying anything when suddenly Hope knocks on the door. She calls out to repeat her, and Deacon and Sheila fear. When there's no answer, Hope rung for the doorknob and begins to open the door.